Okay, everyone, before we get into today's video, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I've been saying to people, like, if you're not subscribed, please consider, and I've been gaining so many subscribers. People just don't subscribe these days, and that's fine, but we're getting so close to 500k, and I'm going to be here uploading every single day. I would really appreciate it. And also, the Patreon discount that I did worked so well. So many people signed up and have been loving the content, so I've extended it a little bit again. So if you want to get my Patreon for really cheap right now, 30% off the tiers, you can use code Bonnie and Dolly. Again, this is going to be a limited time. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Code Bonnie and Dolly. If you subscribe, you can see all the content that's there already, including reacting to Trisha Paytas's Big Broadway Dream, Escape the Night Season 3 reaction. I watched the entire season. I also watched the entire Season 2, the entire Season 1, the entirety of Mr. Beast Season 1, and also we are now going to be moving on to Escape the Night Season 4, obviously. We're going to be watching Michael Weist TanaCon documentary that he put on Amazon, and we're also going to be watching the Ruby Frankie Devil in My Family documentary, which I've been really wanting to get to. They're all for the ones I'm going to be doing for next month, so if you want to subscribe, you'll see all these things, and then you'll see all those things as well, and again, that's code Bonnie and Dolly. Everything is linked down below, but anyways, let's get into a situation and a topic that I have been seeing everywhere right now. And as you know, we stream on Twitch, and yesterday a lot of people were, basically bringing this to my attention because I'd been seeing videos, but I didn't fully know the situation of what was going on. And I said to you guys I was going to, watch it. And by some chance, Kat Tembarge has written an article on this as well. And now this is from her website, spitfirenews.com, which will be linked down below, which you can subscribe to for free. By the way, she is now an independent journalist and she writes so many articles. So it'll be linked down below. You can literally sign up to her website for free and support independent journalists, everyone. Spitfirenews.com. She has written an article about this. The article will be linked down below as well. Go click it, go support, and it's free. So let's read this article from Kat talking about the DoorDash situation. We're going to read this. We're going to get to videos. We're going to debrief. We're going to talk about it, okay? So the article says DoorDash and DARVO attacks on working class women, DARVO. Now, if you do not know what DARVO is, it's basically a pattern of manipulative behavior where an abuser will deny, for D, the wrongdoing, A, attack the victim, and R, reverse the roles of V, victim, and O, offender. The tactic is used to avoid accountability for their actions and can cause the victim to doubt their own reality. It is a form of psychological and emotional abuse commonly seen in domestic violence situations. So again, the components of DARVO are deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. DARVO, because that's what the article is also going to be talking about, just so we know, because I know a lot of people didn't know what that meant. So anyways, let's get into this article from Kat Tembarge. Again, Spitfire News down below. Go support. A woman said her customer exposed himself to her, the DoorDash worker. How did she become the villain? On October 12th, a young woman named Libby said she was on the job as a DoorDash delivery driver when a customer exposed his genitals to her. The way Libby explained it backed up with footage that she originally posted to TikTok. Now, this video was obviously taken down by TikTok because it violated their terms of service with what was being shown, okay? So, in the original video, she had shown what she was basically exposed to, all right? Was that she approached the customer's residence and saw the door was wide open. Inside, a man was laying motionless on the couch with his pants and underwear pulled down to his ankles. Laws vary by jurisdiction, but based on what Livy said and showed, this was a non-consensual sexual act. Flashing, public indecency, sexual violence, and even sexual assault, the term Livy used, could all fit. But in the nearly 2 weeks since Livy posted about this and it went viral, racking up tens of millions of views, her DoorDash account was suspended and the internet turned her into a villain. Now, again, I think that's a good summary of what's going on before we dive in deeper. But my takeaway from seeing this was that this was a pure example of the internet's misogyny, if I'm being completely honest. And most of the takes that I've been seeing are completely different to what I just said. So I'm going out on a line and saying that here, and people may disagree with me, but I don't care because it's truly how I feel. I believe that the root of people trying to make Livy a villain or trying to expose her for lying or she did something wrong solely is for like, it just honestly just boils down to misogyny and how people paint women when they talk about their experiences with stories that they've been exposed to. If I'm being completely honest, that is exactly how this reads to me. So let's get to this, okay? Now, in Libby's TikTok comment section, her replies are littered with attacks mocking her pain and positioning her as the aggressor. She hasn't posted in over a week, and she didn't respond to an interview request. But for anyone familiar with DARVO, which stands for Deny, Attack, Reverse Victim, and Offender, this cycle is all too familiar. I'm the one getting punished. He's not getting in trouble, Libby said in one video. DoorDash punished me for exposing the assaulter, and TikTok is currently punishing me for exposing the story time. And this is only justice I'm getting, because I also reported this to the police, and the police are doing nothing. Initially, people responded to Libby with support. Then, the tide turned. Now, the overwhelming majority of these videos are defending the unknown man in Libby's original video. How did this happen? The answer involves a combination of viral misinformation and misogyny aimed at a victim in service of defending an alleged perpetrator. The story has played out on TikTok and elsewhere over and over again. It happens to celebrity women, and it happens again. It started happening to everyday women. So basically making the argument of women who are on trial and they're facing misogyny versus we're now seeing a celebrity scale of it, and people can have their own interpretations of that, but now we're seeing everyday women as well, okay? And this is what I want to say as well. This is a great point from Lydia. There are so many people creating AI videos of this woman, and this is what we're seeing with AI. And so many people have so many different narratives now because of fake AI videos. We also have people AIing videos of the man or creating another man and making other things as well because of AI, which in turn has fueled so much fucking misinformation. And it's just like, it's just fucking crazy. Now it's happening to Libby, and this time, the societal urge to blame women for gender violence is aided by generative AI tools. Other TikTok creators have identified AI-generated commentary videos spreading misinformation about her story using the real identities of Black creators to do so against their will. Now, this was something I saw.
Everybody's talking about the DoorDash girl.
We just got to get to this.
DoorDash girl. I was looking at certain videos and I came across this one.
I saw the original video of the DoorDash girl, and I'm a little bit confused now that I woke up and see everything that's happening. When I saw it, I said, hey, I understand why DoorDash.
So, focus on this woman,
and why
right?
you're blocked from the app. Now, as for the guy.
So, basically, if you didn't clock what's happening there,
Fired you.
This woman is being AI'd to basically say what other creators are saying. And she responds.
From the app. Now, as for the guy.
That's a little weird.
It has been brought to my attention that there has been accounts using my face, telling stories that I've never told, sharing news I have never shared. AI is honestly getting out of hand. These people are profiting off of my face, ruining my...
Now everyday people are exposed to being used for AI. And you know the problem with this? The misinformation and the narrative around this DoorDash story has fucking accelerated so much that I genuinely don't even know what the popular opinion is anymore, because there are so many fake commentary videos made against her, misogynistic videos, and the people who are in these videos don't even know that they're being used as this.
credibility and tarnishing my name, because now people are thinking that I'm reading from a script. I've reported this page. I've commented dozens of times underneath their posts. They won't take anything down. TikTok won't do anything about it. Anytime I post about this, I am
no protection from the social media
guidelines. But it's like they're stealing my face. So if y'all come across this page, this post, report it as much as you can. Please and thank you.
I don't even know what to say. But let me back this up a little bit. After the initial incidents on October 12th, Libby posted the footage on TikTok, and the app removed her video and issued a strike against her account. Then she uploaded it again, minus the footage of the man, but she said that she got a second removal and strike. So basically, she posted it the first time, they removed it because there was footage of the man, but then she uploaded it again without the footage of the man, and TikTok still deleted the video and she says that she got a second strike and removal even though the footage that they said was problematic wasn't even in the video. Okay? In the absence of the original videos, people online came up with a DARVO counter-narrative that caught on like wildfire and spread across different social media platforms. And of course it did, because most of the people fueling it are AI people. By the way, they said that the man didn't expose himself to Libby. They denied her allegations that Libby actually pushed the front door open when she got to the house. They attacked her character, and that Libby violated his privacy and smeared him. They reversed the victim and offender. So what Kat's doing here is pointing out the DARVO of it all. So again, let's take it step by step with DARVO. They said that the man didn't expose himself to Libby. Denied the allegation. They say that Libby pushed the front door open when she got to the house. Attack. They attacked her character, okay? And that Libby violated his privacy and was smearing him, which is reversing what happened. Reversed the victim and the offender. This is classic DARVO, guys. There's no evidence that Libby pushed the door open, but people cropped images from her original TikTok video to make it look that way. Now, some people are even saying that the man is suing Libby or that she's in jail, and there's no evidence for either of it. But when people can create any AI, I guess you can see it. I guess you can believe anything, right? We're going to read this and then we're going to get to her follow-up videos. As this counter-narrative developed and started to gain traction, DoorDash issued its official response, which a spokesperson reiterated in a reply to my request for comment today. No one should ever have to experience sexual assault, harassment, or abuse, and DoorDash never deactivates someone for reporting it. Full stop. The statement said in part, however, posting a video of a customer in their home and disclosing their personal details publicly is a violation of our policies. That is the sole reason this DoorDasher's account was deactivated, along with the customers, which we investigated. The TikTok comments on this statement are mainly people siding with the company, the customer, and against Libby, blaming Libby in a convenient way to avoid having to address or hold anyone accountable for what she says happened. The customer, DoorDash, TikTok, and the local police, who Libby says declined to even investigate it further, all avoid further scrutiny. However, Libby is now left unemployed and facing an avalanche of harassment. In the past, this pattern of DARVO has been leveraged against celebrity women. However, now it's targeting working class women, creating excuses to justify their victimization and the consequences that arise from reporting it. And DARVO isn't just being weaponized against victims of sexual violence. For example, it is also being leveraged by Donald Trump's administration against individuals targeted for illegal deportation. And it forms the basis of rhetoric blaming protesters for the causes they're fighting back against. DARVO is a concept developed by psychology researcher Dr. Jennifer Freyd in 1997 to describe how perpetrators of abuse frequently respond to allegations with victim blaming. They undermine the victim's credibility and accuse them of being abusive through lying. Back in May, unrelated to Libby's situation, this person, the doctor, told me in an interview that DARVO can be weaponized by people other than perpetrators in their defense, which is what we're seeing on TikTok. So, if a fan of a celebrity here, there have been an accusation against a celebrity for sexual abuse or other misconduct, the fans can start to DARVO whoever made that accusation, she said. We know from research that DARVO has an impact on the target, but it can also sway an observer, like us, the audience, on this situation. So now, the narrative isn't, this DoorDasher was just doing her job and this man had the door lying wide open and he was fully exposing himself to her, which, by the way, Kat had listed the perfect terms for it here, but here it is. Flashing public indecency are very, 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 very common, by the way. And a lot of people, specifically women, are at the forefront of having to deal with that. And we have a woman dealing with this, talking about it, and showing proof that it happened to her, albeit people, have their opinions of her posting it. She showed proof of it happening because, God, if she hadn't shown proof, people wouldn't have believed her. But now she has shown proof, and somehow she's still the villain. Beyond garden variety misogyny, which is clearly informing some of the desire to smear Libby, there's also money to be made on the internet by positioning women as liars and villains and the men as the innocent smeared victims. And TikTok can be ground zero for these cases. This is so disgusting. 2 years ago, I reported on how viral TikTok videos helped an everyday man smear his ex-wife for reporting his abuse to the Coast Guard, which investigated her allegations and discharged him for emotional, physical, and sexual abuse. A men's rights activist and influencer who goes by Chloe Roma picked up the story and made multiple viral YouTube and Instagram videos attacking her, even after she learned the truth. Chloe has also hopped on Libby's case and branded her as a sexual predator and spreading more unsupported details to dramatize the story further. So now this woman who spoke up about what happened to her on the job is now the sexual predator. And people wonder why women don't speak up. And again, I wanted to sit on this for a couple days because I was seeing the overwhelming response from social media was on this random fucking man's side. And this, again, clear example to me of just misogyny. But why stop there? According to a different uninvolved TikTok creator, other accounts on the platform created AI-generated commentary videos of her talking about it, which was the one that we just watched. Where she said, as we watch, people are profiting off of my face, ruining my credibility with these AI videos. Now, again, before we get on to Livy's follow-up videos, and I keep in mind she has deleted so much because she is being overwhelmingly harassed online, mainly by men, by the way, mainly by men. I just want to clarify that. I just, again, want to reiterate that was an incredible article from Kat, and you can subscribe to her article, or to her publication for free, spitfirenews.com. Please go support her. She is an independent journalist and she is writing the most incredible stories. Kat Tambarge, link down below, spitfirenews.com. You can sign up for free. You literally just put in your email, and again, that literally is just supporting an independent journalist like Kat. So anyways, let's get to Livy's videos, right? And hold on, let me read chat, see what people are saying. I feel so bad for her. The misogynist is unhinged. There's so many AI videos of her, the situation. I never talked about it. I never talked about it. I haven't watched his video yet. It's just making everything so much worse. Yeah, completely. Completely. All right, okay, so let's get to Livy's follow-up videos. So again, keep in mind that she really hasn't posted much since this because she's absolutely just like being fucking degraded online.
Here's an update for anybody who's interested. I commented, but my comment's getting buried in my comment section. I reported this to DoorDash over 12 hours ago, and they're supposed to call me back, which is strange because I've reported a couple less serious incidents before, and they called me back within 1 to 2 hours for those reports. So I don't know what's going on there, but I didn't report this to the police last night because I wasn't sure of DoorDash's process for like SA. Or if this was even reportable to the police in New York State because he was in his home. But after so many people told me to report it to the police, I did. And I called the non-emergency line, and they sent a police officer over to speak to me in person and watch the video that I have. And then he asked me to email it to him, and he asked me if I want to press charges, like what do I want to come from this? And I said, yeah, if there are charges to press, I would prefer that because I don't want this to happen to somebody else again. And he understood that, the police officer, and then he went back out to his car, and then he came back to me, and he told me, like, this is pretty much verbatim. It's not verbatim, but, like, it's the point that he said.
I really wish she had reported it right away. Did you hear her say that she has reported multiple things in the past, which is a horrible thing to have to hear?
He's not sure if that there are charges that can be pressed.
And also, she's the one that this was done to. We should not be determining or making a decision based on what she should or should not be doing in that moment.
at this point because he was inside of his house, and specifically he said it's not like he came up to his door with it out or like his window with it out or whatever, but it's like, come on now. Like, how likely is it that it's cold outside? It's pretty chilly. Your ceiling fan is on. You got all your lights on in your house. You got your front door open, right? You just ordered DoorDash 15 minutes ago. And within 15 minutes of ordering DoorDash and it getting delivered to your front door, you're asleep on the couch with your pants and your underwear to your ankles, your front door wide open, your lights on, it's freezing outside. Like, come on now. That is voyeurism. That is exhibitionism.
Yeah.
That was something against my own will that I was fulfilling for that man.
Yes.
Oh, and I forgot to say, the police officer said he was going over to the residence of that DoorDash customer to speak to him and see what his side of the story is, what he has to say about what was going on with him. And then another major factor that we're not even considering is that man lives in a duplex. In that video, you'll see another door next to his. That's another apartment unit right next to his. That could be a family. Anybody could walk out. See, listen, if I wasn't the target,
I think this is such a good point. He literally, when you order in these things, like she's saying, 15 minutes and then it arrives, you can see who your driver is going to be. He knew in that moment exactly that it was going to be a woman picking up his order as well. I think we're underestimating that he had such little time between ordering it and Libby arriving with the order. And I would argue this is not the first time he's probably done something like this.
Still shouldn't be whacking it off, whether you're drunk or under the influence of any substances, with your door wide open regardless, because anybody could walk out and get assaulted from that, seeing what you're doing on your couch. It could be a child. Anybody could come up on your porch and see that. Anybody walking by on the sidewalk and accidentally getting a glance would be a victim. Here's an update for anybody who... Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job, and they won't tell me why. They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't. So I contacted support, and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why. So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account. I was working! I was literally working! And they deactivated me! This is related. They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault while DoorDashing. They just fired me! And the police are doing nothing! I lost my job! And that was my only way to make money to pay my bills! Hey guys, so DoorDash just... Hey guys, so yep, I really lost my job. Within less than 24 hours after me submitting my appeal, they denied it. And in the email, they said, you can respond to the previous email that you received explaining the reason why you were deactivated. I never got the email. So last night, I contacted one support agent. We sat on the phone for 25 minutes, and then she transferred me to the community response team. The person on the community response team told me that was the highest team I could get to. There's literally nobody else she could transfer me to. I could hang up the phone and call back and then get transferred to the community response team again. So I sat on the phone with her for another 25, 30 minutes. And she told me that she couldn't tell me. There's no way that they could tell me.
I hope she sues.
With the reason why I just lost my job. You guys, my account is currently at risk of being banned because
This is what's so crazy. She's saying that she's getting strikes on her account and videos are suppressed, but people are able to make AI videos of people talking about this when the people don't even consent to, like, their faces from that woman that we saw before, and their videos aren't being taken down. They're making money on it.
I had to explain my story one time, right? They took the video down and gave my account a strike. So I explained my story again and censored the video that I have just so they can't take it down for the same reason. They took it down for the same reason again, and now my account has a second strike. Guess what? If I get one more strike, I'm banned from TikTok. So not only did I get assaulted 3 days ago on October 12th on Sunday, I then lost my job. The police are doing nothing. And if I get one more account strike on TikTok, my account's done. This is a man's world. I'm the victim. Remember? I'm the victim. and they took down my video. They were gonna have to pay me for my second story time because that was over a minute long. They were gonna have to pay me for all those views I got. So nope, they took that right down. They took that right down. Absolutely not. They're not paying me for that. Nope. You guys.
I think it's just so important to note as well in fucking all of this that at the corner of this story is a man who gets away with his kink and exposed her to it. And that's just crazy.
3 days ago, October 12th, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver. Excuse me if you've already seen this. This is my third time posting this because TikTok keeps silencing me and taking my videos down and giving me strikes. So if I get one more strike, you guys, I'm just letting you know right now my account is going to be banned. So I'm going to try to word this as chill as possible to avoid getting this video striked. So on October 12th, 2025, the DoorDash customer requested that their order be left at their front door. When I arrived at their front door was wide open.
Another very obvious decision from the customer to make sure that she would go up and specifically be at the door. And
their lights were on. And they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me. I got this on video, and I'm not even going to be posting the video clip anymore because I'm pretty sure that's what's getting me the strikes. But yeah, I reported it to DoorDash. And DoorDash did ban the customer. And then 2 days...
Allegedly, the guy was fined and allegedly has a criminal record. Well, I don't know any of that. I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't seen anything of that.
Later, DoorDash banned me, which doesn't seem unrelated. I appealed, and they were supposed to respond to my appeal within 7 to 10 business days. They didn't even provide me a reason for my deactivation. They're supposed to send an email. They didn't. So I contacted support, and they told me to continue with my appeal without knowing a reason why. There's an option to select.
DoorDash's statement was in Kat's article.
Why I was deactivated, and then you still have to explain yourself. So I did. And within 12 hours afterward, they had already denied my appeal. So I'm really never getting my DoorDash account back. DoorDash deactivated me. DoorDash punished me for exposing my assaulter, and TikTok is currently punishing me for exposing my story time, and this is the only justice I'm getting because I also reported this to the police, and the police are doing nothing. So what? You're gonna take down my videos and give me strikes and just expect me to be like, oh, I just better shut up. I just better sit here and be quiet. I just better not say anything else. I've lost my job, my only way to pay my bills and make a living. I've also gotten assaulted, and the police are doing nothing to help me. So let me just shut up. You know, the videos got taken down. Nobody has to know what happened to me. No, I'm going to keep telling my story. Like, this is the only justice I'm getting, is exposing this man and having posted that video and it has gone viral. Like, now he can live with shame and embarrassment if people have seen it and knows who he is or where he... You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one being punished. He's not getting in trouble with the police. He didn't lose his job if he has one. Like, what's going on with him? Why am I getting fired? Why are my videos getting taken down? And why am I getting strikes? Like, I'm about to lose my account. I was assaulted. I'm the victim. I lost my job. I'm the victim. Right? Is this making sense to any fucking body? 3 days ago, October 12th, 2025.
Oh, I can't imagine how that's thing. We have one
you
final
guys,
update.
It's been a minute. A whole 24 hours, I know. But I have an update as of October 16th, 2025. But first and foremost, I just want to thank everybody for the overwhelming support and allyship that you've shown me. It's really making me feel so validated and seen and heard. And that's really helping me through this tough time. So I just want to let you guys know I really appreciate the outpouring of support. So the update is, last night I was made aware, a bunch of people started commenting on my pages that DoorDash made a public statement about me on their TikTok story and on their most recent Instagram post in the comment section. And I'm not going to speak too much further on details, but what I am going to say is I and the entire rest of the world found out why I lost my job at the exact same time. I didn't find out before you guys. I'm just letting you know this right now. The people that saw their public statements and made me aware that they made those public statements knew why I lost my job before I did. Because I went and I checked my email once I was made aware that they made those public statements, and they sent me the deactivation email around the same time they released the public statements. Like, literally within the same hour. So they sent me my deactivation email explaining my reason for being deactivated a whole 24 hours after they deactivated me, and a whole 24 hours after I already submitted my appeal.
It's crazy. Again, it's just another example of like pandering to the media and saving credibility rather than actually caring about the argument.
About 12 hours after they had already denied my appeal, they finally sent me the email explaining why they fired me.
Sorry, for someone in the chat saying about like he was in the in his house, if he ordered food 10, 15 minutes and then within that time decided to basically get naked and have his front door open with the lighting so you can exactly see him, would you still have that same opinion that he's not being publicly indecent if a child was to walk past the door and see a grown man fucking naked? Question for you. Is that public indecent? Is it? Tell me quick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is it? I don't give a fuck if you're lying in your fucking house. You made the decision to get fucking naked, mind you. You have your door lying fucking open, full lights on. Anyone can see you. What, a child walks past and sees you? Is that any better for you? Shut the fuck up. Anyways.
So I and the rest of the world, we all found out why I lost my job together. That's the update.
All right, so let's... Obviously, I think Kat might have had a section of it. Let's find the DoorDash statement. Does anyone have it? Where can I find it? Should I go on their TikTok, maybe? So she's saying she found this at the same time. Okay, wait. I just typed in... I'm so stupid. I typed in TikTok on TikTok. DoorDash. Okay, here, DoorDash. Which video would it be on? God, their social media is so dumb. Which one would it be? What the fuck? Ugh, I don't want to see that. It's on their Instagram. All right, let me see. I want to read that. Instagram. DoorDash. Let's see what they said. Where? I can't see it. I literally cannot see it. Instagram comments. Under where? I can't see it. I want to read what they're saying. Let me type it into Twitter because I'm sure someone has screenshotted it. Why is it so hard to find their fucking statement? DoorDash. Oh, here it is. Is this it? Is this it? Is this the one? Okay. From DoorDash. We've seen some tough and sensitive posts over the past few days, and we want to clear the air. No one should ever have to experience sexual assault, harassment, or abuse, and DoorDash never deactivates someone for reporting it. Full stop. We take those reports incredibly serious and work closely with the law enforcement to investigate and support those affected. In this case, the Dasher let us know about an experience that made them feel unsafe, and that's exactly what we always want Dashers to do. Our dream was, I hate the word Dashers for DoorDashers, it just reminds me of like Dasher and Prancer and Rudolph. And our team immediately began investigating and has been in direct contact with law enforcement and is prepared to fully support any of their efforts. However, posting a video of a customer in their home and disclosing their personal details publicly is a clear violation of their policies. This is the sole reason that this Dasher's account was deactivated along with the customers while we investigated. We've also ensured that the Dasher has full access to their earnings. We know that these are sensitive issues, and we want every Dasher to know. If you ever feel unsafe or experience something concerning, come to us. We're here to listen, act, and support. So here's my issue, right? Number one, they didn't tell her this, from what we're being told. And number two, think about how many people are not believing that this happened to this woman, and she showed video proof. We're seeing a mass campaign of misinformation, and she showed literally the moment. and people don't believe her. Could you imagine if, I'm not saying she should have posted it, but could you imagine if she hadn't? It would have been a clear no. It would have been a clear we don't believe you. So make up your mind, hypocrites. This really, 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 to me, is all just boils down to misogyny. And I just think that Kat bringing up the DARVO point is just so great. And again, literally, that one point from Kat's article is so great. Where is it again? I just want to read it to you. Here we go. They said that the man didn't expose himself to Libby, denied the allegation, denied, that Libby was the one who pushed the front door open and got into the house, A, attacked her character, that Libby violated his privacy and smeared him, R, reversed the victim, V, and offender, O. Literally spelling out DARVO, mind you. Jeepers Christ. Anyways, I'm sorry it took me a little bit to cover this story. As you can tell, this is an incredibly, I don't even know how to phrase it. Like, it's a hard situation to wrap your head around, and it's even harder to wrap your head around when you realize that the majority of people are against her. I wanted to take my time with it, and once I read Kat's article, I was like, wow, this is just perfect. This is just perfect. And I feel like she lost her job because of this. All because of a creep who enjoys public indecency, mind you. So we'll leave it there, but this is not a situation that I wanted to rush covering because I wanted to take it very seriously. And we'll leave it there, but we are now seeing a first-hand example of AI being able to completely smear someone's life, and also AI being used to create videos of people talking about things when they never talked about it. So we'll leave it there. It's horrible. It's horrible. We'll leave it there.